I'm Debbie.
And I'm Allison.
And we're the Poltergals. Spooky. Hi, I'm Debbie.
And I'm Allison.
And we're the Poltergals. Welcome back to another episode. I hope you guys have been listening every single day.
Woo woo.
Every day.
Every day.
Every damn day.
It's been a
for
disaster.
December. It's been great. What do you mean, Allison? It's been wonderful. Allison's having to edit everything.
I'm having to edit all of them, and because somebody over here is too good to be posting,
I'm
posting. I gotta do all the posts.
I'm doing it. She's just rude.
Listen, I'm tired. I go home, it hits 8 o'clock, and because I had such a busy day, I gotta go night-night.
Wow. I party hardy until midnight every night. Every night. I'm just kidding. But anyway, Allison, how's your December going?
It's going.
It's going. It's the end of the year. It's the end of an era.
Yes.
Not really, but
Not really. You wish.
But yeah, we're getting ready for 2023.
Yep.
And again, if you guys have not been listening to our story, go ahead and go listen. Go listen right now.
And you're about as good as last week's episode.
What's last week's episode?
You just tried. You didn't do.
No. We're not going to bring back what happened. What happened at Franklin Castle stays at Franklin Castle. Today, we're actually in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Did you know I have a long-lost sister in Pennsylvania?
No.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? I got a crazy life story, guys. I'm not going to go into details on here, but just know I have a weird family, half-sister in Pennsylvania that I haven't seen since I was like 4. So that's pretty interesting. And this is not about that, but that also would make a good story. Allison, we're doing Bedford, Pennsylvania. We are doing the Bonnet Tavern.
Yep.
Or I said Jean Bonnet, but then it sounds too much like that little girl that went in Jean Bonnet Ramsey.
Sounds too French.
But yeah, it's just the Jean Bonnet Tavern.
Yep.
Allison, are you ready to get into it?
I think so. I hope so.
She hopes she can talk. We'll see.
I don't know.
We'll see what happens on this episode of The Poltergals. Allison, start us off with the history.
Oh, no. So the John Bonnet Tavern, also known as Old Forks Inn and Bonnet's Tavern, is an historic inn and restaurant located just outside of Bedford, Pennsylvania, on Highway 30, at the junction with Pennsylvania Route 31. It can be seen from Pennsylvania Turnpike.
Cool.
It's the British first recognized the lands as being owned by Robert Callard, a trader with a Native American tribe of Pennsylvania. The land was first documented when the original 690-acre parcel was transferred from William Penn family to a land speculator named Hans Ireland.
That's a cool name. Hans Ireland. Hans Ireland. Ireland Hans.
Okay, James Bond.
Exactly. Doesn't that sound like that sounds like a super spy's name? Hi, my name's Hans Ireland. I like it shaken, not stirred.
Wait, what?
I like my ghost shaken, not stirred. Sorry.
No.
Anyway.
It was again transferred to Callard in 1762, and in 1763, the large stone structure was built. The location of the stone structure was intended to be a safe haven for settlers passing through the area, as well as the site for a French fort and trading post. The tavern was referenced in a personal journal of many travelers that passed through the area on the way to the what they called Old Sawney's Cabins, which is in Sawney State Park, Pennsylvania today, and the land and the building were purchased by John Bonnet in 1779. And opened as an inn and tavern, which was used as a gathering place by protesting local farmers during the 1794 Whiskey Rebellion.
It's time to have another Whiskey Rebellion, but this time with actual whiskey.
Yeah. And
let's get balcones involved.
You know what? I'm happy though.
What?
This happened in the 1700s.
So we know it's going to be spooky.
Yeah.
That means we get all the 1800s of history and hauntings to talk about.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
It's great.
Spoilers.
That's great. So, protesting the federal tax on whiskey, local Pennsylvania farmers gathered to raise a liberty pole at the tavern as a symbol as their defiance. The protests were suppressed months later by forces under President George Washington. Although the building has changed hands many times through the years, mostly maintained as a tavern and inn, although some owners converted it into a private residence. The Bonnet family of West Virginia are direct descendants of Jean Bonnet and trace their family history back nearly 400 years. In 1957, the Jean Bonnet was purchased by the Einhorn family. During their ownership, the stories of paranormal events in the building began being publicized. Local folklore of guests and employees of the inn referenced seeing a lone figure roaming the building and drinking at the tavern bar.
It was me. I'm just
I
kidding.
mean, some good whiskey sounds.
I mean, I was always down
Delightful.
for some whiskey, so
Ooh.
I'm a whiskey girl.
Oh, no.
I say drinking my Dr. Thunder, not sponsored.
Hey, man, this is Texas. We need that Dr. B.
I know. Oh, we're literally in Waco.
That
Like
Dr.
Dr. Pepper.
That Dr. Butt.
But
Or the Dr. Pepper.
yeah, I love
Come
Dr.
on.
Pepper.
And
23
because we are-
flavors. It's like 23 and me. There's 23 flavors in Dr. Pepper.
Yeah,
Who knew?
and because we're in Waco, you need to stay true
Mm-hmm.
to the Dr. Pepper.
That's okay. But also whiskey. Whiskey in your Dr. Pepper. Hear me out.
Oh,
Hear me out.
Let me tell you, that is a delight.
Delight.
It's a delight.
Get a big fashion, like get a little lowball glass. Get those little king cubes, big ice cube in the bottom. Pour a little, get 2 ounces of whiskey, and then top that baby off with some Dr. Pepper. And now we're talking. Now we're cooking with gasoline.
Wait, what? Let's not go that far, man.
I'm just kidding. Anyway.
So the ghost that has been seen is
Mhm.
said to be the ghost of Bennett and is a popular topic of discussion and adds the allure of the inn.
Because everybody wants to just, see a ghost guy drinking whiskey on the rocks.
I mean, duh. Who?
I know, I do.
What better way to be any living ghost guide than a one that actually is
A
a
ghost?
ghost and that guides?
Wow. The more you know. I'll come stay in your inn, John. Don't worry. Winky face. I winked for those who are listening to us. And didn't see us on YouTube, but I did wink. It was probably a terrible wink, but I did it.
As long as not. For those of you, keep an eye out for this terrifying tale, but mile 108,
Mm-hmm.
as long as it's not that, I think I'm okay.
Were you scared when you were reading it?
Let me
Allison,
tell
did you get a little spooked?
That one was a little spooky.
You know what? Sometimes I have bad dreams, and sometimes I feel like they're like intense, and I'm like, I'm gonna get murdered. And I'm like, maybe I should stop listening to true crime podcasts and talking about ghosts all the time. But then I'm like, nah, it's fine.
See, this one made me want to look over my shoulder, but I knew if I did, I would know what I would find.
Don't look over your shoulder. You'll see us, the Poltergals.
I know, exactly.
All
I
right.
was so scared. But unlike my house, this is a 2.5 to 3.5 story building
Wow.
measuring 40 feet by 51 feet and constructed of native cut fieldstone.
Fancy.
The walls are over 2 feet thick.
No one can hear you scream.
Nope, not at all. And the 4 interior levels have nearly 8,000 square feet. It features 2 levels of porches that extend the entire length of the front and rear elevations. Inside the building has large exposed chestnut beams with massive stone fireplaces. It operates today as a bed and breakfast tavern and gift shop.
Cute.
So,
Cute.
a small garden and goat pen outside of the tavern also seem to be a popular spot for guests to visit before or after their meal. And it is also a National Register of Historic Places as of 1979.
Wow, that was the year
So-
my mom was born.
Wow.
That's cute. Good job, Mom.
Your mom's, what the heck?
Mm-hmm.
Your mom's, like, only in her 40s?
Yeah, both my mom and my dad are in their 40s. Everybody else's parents are old here. Listen, I'm from down south near the border. If you didn't pop out a baby by the time you're 20, you're an old maid. Old maid.
Yeah, my mom's 30 years older than me.
My mom is 22 years older than me, so you know what? She was still an old maid. But I was also born in Germany, so flex. Anyway, so that's all for the history today.
Germany.
I like that she makes fun of me. Well, at least I'm not Hispanic, but don't know any Spanish.
That's not
I at least know like how to count to 10 in German. So I would say that's a fair trade-off.
I know how to count to 10 in Spanish.
Do it. Nope, see, she can't do it.
Okay, because my Spanish isn't perfect. And listen.
And now it's time to take a commercial break.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Spooky.
Uno, dos,
Tres,
yeah,
cuatro,
that's
cinco,
about as far as I
seis,
want to get.
siete, ocho, nueve, diez, eins, zwei, drei, vier, fünf, sechs, sieben, acht, neun, zehn, un, deux, trois, four. I don't know the rest of French. Ma'am?
A what?
Ma'am? Anyway.
Are you plotting a way to get rid of me?
So this commercial break is brought to you by the number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's why they call me the Count. I told you I was in a weird mood today.
What is
Like
this,
from
Sesame Street?
Yeah. Okay.
And now, back to the show.
Spooky.
Now that we're back from that very haunted commercial, because I don't know what happened for half of it.
Don't worry about it. I hope you guys listen to some good ads. That's all I'm going to say.
Unless you watched on our YouTube page.
Then you get our...
didn't listen to anything. You just watched us be stupid for a whole 30 seconds.
Which is great. You know, that's fine. That's why you prefer YouTube over Spotify. Avoid the ads. But honestly, please go subscribe to us on Spotify if you are watching on YouTube. That way, we can still get the views. Our Spotify numbers are slowly rising. So thank you guys very much. Thank you for all of our new listeners. Anybody out there who's new, we're sorry.
You just hopped in at the wrong time. You should have started with episode 1 so
But
that
don't.
we could have eased in to the stupidity.
But no, it's worse. They're worse.
I was going to say, I think episode 1's the worst.
Episode 1 is terrible. It literally still sounded like we were talking into a tin can. We were in like a fishbowl. And you know what? Now I feel like our quality's better. We got a cute little set now. We moved locations. Sometimes we record in a basement. Like, we really be going up on that production quality. It's like that little chart, production quality.
Is that where you take me after you put a hood over my head?
Yeah. I put you in my basement with all of my pretty things.
Just kidding. That actually does not happen.
Just kidding. Anyway, well, again, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to follow us on our Instagram at Poltergals, _Poltergals. And again, just thank you guys for tuning in every week or every day.
Yeah, or every day for
every day
listening
for the rest of the month.
December until December 24th.
Allison, what time is it?
2:09.
No, it's time to get into the hauntings.
It's 2:09.
It's 2:10 now, so you're wrong. Anyway, so now it's time, now that you know the history, it's time to get into the spookies. So, of course, perhaps one of the most dramatic sightings that has occurred over the years before the present owners purchased the building, it happened to a female bartender and her male friend. One night, the bartender was working when a friend of hers came in. Through the course of the evening, the fellow had way too much to drink. When it came time to close up, she and her male companion were afraid to let the inebriated fellow drive.
Oh.
As the guy lived nearby, they decided to just lock up and take the man home, and then return to finish up cleaning later. The woman had keys and knew this would be fine, especially fine with the owners. They didn't really care. So the woman had the keys and knew it would be fine. So they took the man home and then returned back to the bar. As they walked along the front porch, they glanced into the window of the bar. Sitting there was a solitary man who was sipping a drink. Mind you, she knows she locked up the bar. They were the last ones in there. And so they look through the window and they're like, God damn it, this guy got in here. He's in here drinking. What are we going to do? So obviously that was impossible, for they had made sure the bar was empty before leaving. But still, the fellow had gotten in somehow. So quickly, they unlocked the door and hurried into the bar. However, when they got there, no one was there.
Ooh.
The building is really big, so did the man come in, maybe hear them coming, and then hide? No. It was a ghost. The two immediately ruled out that anyone was hiding in the upper levels because they had the key that unlocked the iron grillwork that actually separated the bar from those floors.
What
So
the
there
heck?
couldn't have been anybody in there. So, point one, ghost. So then they actually mounted a search and found no one in the entire building. This actually upset the woman so much that after duly reporting the event to the owners, she actually doesn't even mention the story anymore because of how upset it made her.
It'd make me upset too.
Yeah, I'd be like, God damn it. Like, why is this happening to me? And then I'd be like, oh shit, that's a ghost.
Oh shit.
Ooh, that's
shit.
oops,
Look at that ghost.
That's a
sheet.
ghost. Oh shit. But yeah, so and again, they just thought it was a guy. Like they saw him sitting at the bar drinking. That's how vivid the apparition was. But of course, employees are not the only ones to experience hauntings. Guests have reported many encounters as well. Scott Conover decided to spend the night at the tavern to see if he would have an encounter. So he invited a group of friends and a few members of the Central Pennsylvania Paranormal Association. Try saying that 3 times fast.
No, thank you. I can't
Central
even,
Pennsylvania Paranormal Association.
Yeah, I would not be able to say that even once without stumbling.
And so the group they were hoping they wouldn't be disappointed. So they actually rented out the attic apartment, which was then for basically they rented out and then got all of their stuff put in, and then they went down for dinner. Afterwards, they went up to the bar where one of the men felt someone touch him. Red flag number 1. While they were discussing that, he was like, bro, somebody just touched me. And they're like, nah, bro, you're crazy. And he's like, nah, bro, I'm serious. And he's like, bro. Brosifer. There was a ghost here. Brosifer.
That's the best you could come up with.
Anyway, well, while they were discussing that, then a woman heard them and came over. So these guys were just saying bro, back and forth 8 times. I don't know if they actually were saying that. But then this woman's like, do I hear something about someone touching somebody? I gotta get on this action.
Do I hear some bros?
Do I hear some bros doing bro things? So this lady basically comes up to them. And she said that the conversation had caught her ear, as she had just experienced being touched by somebody too. So red flag number 2. So
would it be a red flag? Or would it just be a white flag? Or is it a transparent flag?
I don't know. It's like a murky apparition flag. It's a ghost flag. There you go. But yeah, so she was like, bro, I just got touched by somebody at the edge of the bar.
No way, bro.
Yeah, bro. So this lady, what's a girl name for a bro?
Can we have a bro count?
A bro count?
How many times do we
Put it
say
in the
bro?
corner of the screen on YouTube. Take a shot every time Debbie says bro. Anyway.
Wouldn't that just be a bra?
A bra. Oh,
If
yeah.
that's a
So
girl,
she was
a
like,
bra?
bro. And he was like, nah, brah. You just got touched too. So they just started having this conversation. But she said someone at the edge of the bar touched her a little earlier. But she was insisting that there was actually nobody around her. Bro strike number 3.
Or would that be bra strike number 1?
Bra strike number 1. Debra, to be true. Because I'm Debra. Anyway. So later that same evening, one of the members of the group, Albraza. No, I don't know.
Oh, so bad.
I'm so sorry. So they were at the bar watching the activity. So like Al doesn't drink. So Al isn't down with the bros. So Al doesn't actually drink, and it's confirmed like he doesn't drink. So he felt like a little place out of the bar, right? Like he was like I'm not supposed to be here, you know, like why am I at a bar right now? So he tried to like concentrate on his feelings, and despite the loud voices and the piano playing at the other end of the room, suddenly he glanced at one of the doorways that led into the hallway, and through the door there was a group of people in rough clothes. Al called them frontier-type clothes.
I'm still trying to...
Strike 4.
I'm still trying
You're
to...
out. You don't get 4 strikes.
I mean, I guess that's strike 3 on the bro counter.
Yeah,
but
strike...
You broke me after his last... I was just like... Oh
I'm sorry,
God.
Al. Please forgive me.
Poor Al.
Poor Al. We love you, Al. Don't know who you are. Thanks, Al. But anyway... So this group of frontier-type clothed people was watching the man play the piano on the other end. Al described his experience as, in quotation marks, like trying to watch 2 televisions at once. I've never tried to do that. Actually, yes, I have. That's a lie.
That would just hurt.
Yeah, he said that he was aware of the real people at the bar, but was equally drawn to those looking at him from another time point. Rude.
I'm sorry.
Allison always gets calls during our podcast.
My husband has
She's
horrible
too busy.
timing. Horrible timing.
She said, I'm too busy.
Well,
there's
you
this
go over
one.
and you're like, I'm busy. I'm busy. I'm busy. Look at me.
I'm
busy.
sorry.
Brah, I'm busy.
Okay.
So he was aware of the people at the bar?
Yeah.
And then he was equally drawn to them?
Yeah. But this only lasted like a few seconds. So when he looked away and back again, that group of people was gone. So he literally said it was like looking into another time.
They was gone?
They were gone.
They was gone.
So that's all the strikes. This place is haunted. And then the experience reported by the past tavern owner named Melissa Jacobs. So they were the ones that purchased it after John Bonnet. So she says, soon after purchasing it, Melissa had begun to notice that every time she went past the door and then unrented attic apartment, the door would be in a different position.
Oh no.
So what would happen is if it was closed when she first passed it, ghosts.
I'm telling you, Debbie.
The tape worked for me just fine.
Spooky.
So if it was closed when she first passed it, it would literally be wide open a few minutes later when she walked by it again. Like every time she would walk by, so like if it was open, it would be closed. If it was closed, it would be open.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No.
Every time she walked by it. So it wasn't like this was just like a once.
Ooh, dude, that flame, what the heck happened to the flame?
What's wrong with it?
It was like all folded, and then I look up, and then it was like this, and go boop.
Sure. I'm scared right now.
It was spooky.
Okay, I trust you.
I promise.
So one morning, she noticed this occurring several times, and she decided that someone was just in the building and was like playing a trick on her, because that's what everybody thinks, because nobody thinks there's actually ghosts, right? So she went to her office on the tavern's second level to await a salesman who was supposed to be coming in. So when the man arrived, Melissa explained the situation to him and was like, hey, bro. We're back with the bros. She was like, hey, bro, can you like accompany while I go over to this door? Because it's like freaking me out. I'm getting bad vibes from this door. And so I guess the guy was like, sure, I'll walk you over to this door. He was like, okay, you crazy lady.
No.
I'll walk with you to this door. So the two went past the apartment that was open, and they began searching the bedroom level. Because again, they just thought somebody was like in there messing with them, whatever. So a few moments later, they went by again. And guess what? The door was closed. And this other guy was there to witness it as well. No one was found in the apartment or any other level in the building. And the doors were all locked, originally securely, from the inside. The doors were locked from the inside. Isn't that crazy?
That's when you say no, bye, have a great day.
Yeah, and again, the salesman was just as baffled by the strange door, just as much as Melissa was. So I think he was like, I didn't sign up for this. I thought it was just going to be a hoax. But yeah, so the salesman was like, this is giving me bad vibes. And, maybe he didn't do business with them ever again. I don't know. And then this one is actually a local legend. And I'll probably post this graphic on our Instagram, or Allison will pop it up on the screen right now if you're watching. So this is the story of the unknown anomaly in the dining room. Allison, can you say unknown anomaly?
Nope. English is hard.
I got it. I feel that. That's a vibe.
Like, how do you say philosophically?
She cannot say philosophically. Wait, now you have me saying it wrong.
Philosophically, yeah.
What are philosophically?
Yeah, that word.
Philosophically.
Philosophically.
You know what? That's not even in the episode, but that can be our word of the day. Okay, well, anyway.
For those of you who want to know where that word came from, go watch listen to all of them, but specifically chapter 8 of A Christmas Ghost Story. Mm-hmm. You will find it within that episode.
It's okay. I probably mispronounced stuff too, so what's the author's name again? Mike?
Nick.
Old Saint Nick, I'm sorry. Thank you for letting us read your book again. Yes. Go check out A Christmas Story.
Also, shout out to Northwest Corner Books for also allowing us to read it. And we're very sorry because big words, hard.
But you know what? We're here to have fun. Now back to the story.
If anybody actually knows us, they'll know how much we struggle.
It's true. And if you do personally know us, you don't know me.
Do you really know me?
Do you really know anybody? Do you even know ghosts?
Do you know what game we need to play on here?
What do we need to play?
That game of
Will It Ghost?
No, I think it's called Do You Really Know Me?
Ooh.
Or How Well Do You Know Me? Something like that. But I'll have
bonus
to get
content.
Yeah.
Maybe we could do that for January 1. Jan 1. January 1st. Jan 1. That'd be fun.
I hate when people say April 1.
Why?
Or March 1. I hate it. It's
Jan
March
1.
1st. January 1st.
March 1.
Or say March. The 1st of March. Like, literally, the 1st of March is fine. But Jan 1.
And this is on
March,
side tangents with Allison.
Nobody ever goes March 31. March 29. March 10. Nobody does that.
I think I found our blooper for today's episode.
Sorry.
You know what? It's fine.
I'll just sit here and have a little pout.
It's fine. All right. Well, back to the story. So this is, again, the story of the unknown anomaly. So local legend has always insisted that the man was found guilty of spying, and the penalty for spying was instant death. Instant death. I imagine that in like a video game voice. Can you like pop it up on the screen with like block letters where it's like, when it's like
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
where it's like
Mortal
Kombat.
Finish him. Instant death. But yeah, so the penalty for spying was actually instant death. However, Forbes did not want to risk losing men who feared that the spy had gotten word through before being caught. So he executed this man in secret. The body was said to have been disposed by being buried under the floor of the original stone building for the place. Much of the story cannot be substantiated. However, there are parts we know to be true. So General Forbes was at Raystown in the fall of 1758, which, as you remember, is when we were talking about the Whiskey Rebellion and all this stuff was going on.
Yep.
So he left Raystown to attack and claimed Fort Dunsk for the British, and he cut the roads that would split and give John Bonnet the name Twin Forks. So again, this is all what we do know. He attacked and took over Fort Dunsk in November of 1758 with another General Washington and Colonel Bouquet. Well, hear me out. So a skeleton of a man was later found in around 1950 when the new owners decided to replace the floorboards of the old tavern. The skeleton was tested and was proven to date back into the 1700s. So maybe there was in fact a man living in the dining room who was a ghost.
That's oddly disgusting, but also like satisfying at the same time.
You know what? If I was like doing construction on my house and I just found bones under the floor, I would just leave them there.
Have you seen some of this stuff that people are like doing renovations on their houses and like finding like these super like big walls that are date back way
cool.
back when?
No, but that sounds cool.
And then
just leave it. That's how you stir
like,
up the ghosts.
And then like Robbie was saying, how he went into that house and there was like a whole secret room.
That's crazy. I mean, back in the day, they had stuff like that, though. You know, that was just like how houses were built back in the day. But yeah, so I think that's pretty interesting. And I mean, again, based on what we know historically and the stories that have been told by employees and guests, like I said, it passed the 3 strikes you're out method. So I don't know why, but I've started rating places on.
It even went as far as like 6 strikes.
I know. Was it last episode that I incorporated the spookometer? The spookometer? Or do I just do it randomly?
I think you just do it randomly. Whenever you're hearing it and then you go through the hauntings, you're like, oh yeah, that's pretty spooky.
Yep.
You're just like, oh yeah, this definitely hit the spookometer.
Yep, it's very spooky. Well, I would give this one 6 bros, you're out. Allison, what's your thoughts?
I don't know.
It was built in the 1700s.
I want to say
it has history.
I want to say it's about 5 bras.
5 bra. You got to do like the little hand thing. Bra.
Just because it's like a lot of it was there historically.
And
there are some things, although they're not quite confirmed, that have kind of confirmed some of it.
Yeah.
It's like 50% confirmed.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, again, as we always talk about, like, these are just things people have experienced. And the fact that, you know, in that one story, literally the guy felt being touched, and then someone else came up to him and was like, no, I was also touched. Like, that's like very situational.
Yeah, and this is all very, like, it had to be 30-minute time span because he felt it. They were talking about it in the bar, so the time for them to go from their room to the bar, talk about it, for that lady to hear it.
And then her also saying she got touched at the end of the bar.
And then at the same time, give or take, their friend sitting out in the lobby or wherever he was, seeing that stuff happen.
The frontier folks.
Yeah, and then the piano.
Listen, I'm sure it was like a whole thing. And again, these are paranormal investigators, so they're more sensitive and, you know, they pay attention to that kind of stuff. But the random lady just coming up to them and being like, no, this happened to me too. You know, that's kind of like that's interesting kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's all of the hauntings for today. I know we already said it, but thank you guys again for tuning into another episode of the Poltergals.
Yay.
You missed it, Allison. You're
That's
stay
okay.
with me.
It's okay.
Allison, do our sign off.
We have a sign off?
I don't know. Do we?
I don't know.
Are we fancy yet?
I don't think we've ever been fancy, Debbie. Have you?
No.
Have you seen us?
I'm literally wearing overalls that have Eeyore on them.
And then I'm wearing a t-shirt and jeans.
She's wearing her husband's t-shirt. You know, I get on to her for wearing a Baylor shirt. Any of you guys have listened to many episodes, you know, all Allison wears is a Baylor shirt. Today, she's wearing a high school shirt, which is even worse.
It's my husband's high school reunion. So it's not
Disgusting.
like it's just anything.
Disgusting.
At least it's something other than Baylor.
I guess so.
And it's not even the right school for me.
It's fine. I'll accept it. I'll accept it this time.
I mean, to be fair, purple is just...
Next episode, we're going to come dressed in, like, ball gown attire.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Allison will be wearing a suit. I'll be wearing a suit. It'll be nice.
Can I just say, women's suits... so much better than dresses or anything else. I would much prefer a suit, and I say this because thank God my mama owns like a lot of them. Because let me tell you, during the workday, I don't think I've ever seen that woman not wear a suit.
That's cute.
And then she goes over and she goes into the office, you know, and her friends are like, "You look so nice, Sandra," and I'm like, looking at them, Like, are you crazy?
Mm-hmm.
This is just normal. This is her normal work attire.
She literally wears this every day. Like, it's like a cartoon character where you go in the closet and it's just like all the same outfit.
Yeah. And then she comes in and very rarely in jeans and a t-shirt, and she'll go in the office like that on her day off. Like, I'm just picking something up. It's like, you look so casual. We've never seen you dressed like this. I'm like, again, what? How do y'all not see her like this? You say you don't see her in her suit, but then you say you don't see her in jeans and a t-shirt. What the fuck do you see her in?
Wow, nothing.
Like,
in her underwear.
Like, I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't understand y'all.
Well, that's okay, Allison. I'm sorry you have mommy problems. Also, if you guys didn't notice,
University.
Thanks, Baylor.
Why I have so many Baylor shirts, because my mama works there.
Also, if you guys didn't notice, our ghost light's gone.
I know.
Michael broke it.
Mike, literally, listen, y'all. Y'all understand the lights right here, right? Yeah.
We make it look so cute.
So listen, bloody happy hour. I'm going to go over and throw y'all under the bus. Y'all come over and mess up our set. This was our set. And then Mike, trying to be nice, hides the little light away every time. Now, last week, he goes over and tries to hide it, and it goes,
and it died.
Okay, maybe not like that.
So our ghost light, the ghost light that's behind us is dead. So I'm sorry, guys.
It's hidden behind the curtain.
It's behind the curtain and on the ground.
And,
probably broken.
It's all because of y'all bloody happy hour, but I still love y'all.
Anyway.
Kind of.
Well, thank you guys for listening to this episode. Bye. You've been listening to The Poltergals,
a Rogue Media Network podcast.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.